Most players are showing up to college soccer recruiting showcases completely unprepared. This could really cost you college soccer recruiting opportunities. My name is Javier Ayala. I'm a former Division I soccer coach, and now I'm a college soccer advisor. So I'm going to walk you through how to make a list, how to create a highlight soccer video, and how to do outreach. The goal here is all about preparation and execution. There are so many talented players out there in this country and internationally, and it's all about how you market yourself and doing the work behind the scenes. Let's dive in. Okay, so here are the important things we're going to talk about when it comes to getting prepared for a showcase. If you have a showcase that's coming up about 5 weeks from now, I think these are some of the steps that you can take. The most important parts right now is going to be to develop a college list. Ideally, you want 20 to 30 schools. The issues that we get into at times, we always want to put down our top 5 that are usually in the Power 4 schools or high academic schools like Berkeley or Stanford. And we want to do as much research as possible because it's really difficult to play college soccer. And so you have to, in order for you to maximize your opportunities, you have to do a lot of research in terms of what schools can be a good fit for you. So in order to start your college list, we're going to go ahead and use our contact list. Now you can go on Google and research individual school, but I made it much easier here for people to have access to information. And I think this is where a lot of players can have difficulties reaching out to coaches because they don't have coaches' information. So here have everything organized by region. West Coast, you got the WAC, Big West, WCC schools, and I can go in here and I can get access to an email, and I can copy paste these emails. Then I can go over to my Gmail account and write an email to the coaches. So this is the way that I've organized this information of all divisions. I'm happy to let you guys have this information as well if that's what you want. So now we go in creating actual list of schools that we want to look at. So I've basically broken it down into 4 tiers. So you've got tier 1 to tier 4. Tier 1 is basically my dream schools. I've got Ivy League schools on this particular list. Again, I'm not saying this is my list, but it's just an example of what you could have. And then you have a tier 2 list. Like, okay, here's the next phase of schools that I'm looking at. A mixture of Division 1, Division 3 schools, tier 3, tier 4. And what you want to do with all these schools is you want to reach out to all of them. It's very important that we're doing this throughout the year and reaching out to these schools and introducing yourself to these particular schools. So that can take a while to build. Building these lists can take hours and hours, but it's important that we're doing the work and laying out the foundation in terms of doing, where we would like to go to school and developing that list. And over time, things are going to change, and you can maneuver your list as you see fit. Next step is highlight video. When it comes to making a highlight video, you want to try to organize your video as much as possible into sections. Ideally, can you make this video 3 to 5 minutes? It's important to have video because not a lot of these schools are going to be able to physically watch you play throughout a given year, especially if you're within a West region. It's very unlikely that an East Coast school is going to watch you play in your 4 years of playing high school soccer. So it's important that over time we're developing a way for us to communicate with schools, and using video is a form of you having the ability to market yourself. So getting good at making videos, maybe the first time you make a video will be pretty difficult, but with time, you're going to get better and better and better. So ideally 3 to 5 minutes, if you can. If I'm a striker, I'm going to go ahead and put the first 30 seconds to a minute of clips are going to be all my goals. So my best actions in the beginning, then it'll be my dribbling ability, my passing ability, and then my defending. So if you can structure it this way, it'll be cleaner and just easier for coaches to watch. And a lot of these coaches do watch these videos. So it could be a valuable asset for you to use. Then when it comes to you going to a showcase, they'll have some form of visual of how you play, and now they watch you in a live setting, and that can definitely maximize your opportunities of getting recruited. If we move on to the outreach portion, this is where it gets pretty difficult in terms of saying, okay, what am I going to say to these coaches? What are my emails going to look like? When it comes to emailing coaches, especially before a showcase, you basically have three phases of what you're going to do. So you're going to have an introduction email stating who you are, what makes you unique, and eventually you'll send out your schedule once it's ready. Here's an example of what I would write to a particular school. Hi, Coach Simon. My name is Javier Ayala. I'm a striker, for Mustang, 4.1 GPA. Congratulations on an excellent start of the season. I'm watching how you guys play the game, and I would, you could say how you could fit into that system. So just something personable. I know it's hard if you're going to be writing emails to 20 schools. There's 20 different emails, but it's important that you're putting in this type of work. And I think this is where we hold back a bit and don't do the work because it's very time consuming. But if you want these opportunities, you have to put the time in to write these emails out. Now, right before a showcase, you'll most likely have your schedule. So for instance, if you're going to Phoenix, whether you're playing ECNL or MLS Next, you want to put your actual schedule in there, your jersey number, the position that you play. So now you're sending a second email to this particular school. Okay, you're never going to feel too spammy. It's better to over-communicate than under-communicate in these circumstances. Then after you go to the showcase and you perform, hopefully you do well, then you'll follow up with another email, reaching out to them, asking them how you performed, and trying to see if you can engage in any kind of contact or any feedback from a particular school. Many times they won't give you the feedback, but someone will, and someone might have interest in you. So it's really important that we're taking these steps, right? Step 1 to step 3, 3 different emails to these particular schools. So if you have a list of 20 schools, that's a total of 60 emails between now and post showcase tournament. And just some other notes when it comes to researching schools. For instance, I'm on the West Coast, so I'm just keep it very regionalized. And I think in the area that I live, most players are attracted to schools like Berkeley, Stanford, UCLA, the big schools with football programs and their high academics, but everyone else is also going after those types of schools. And it's really difficult and it's really hard to compete for roster spots when it comes to these high academic, high achieving soccer programs. So for me, you want to expand what else is on the West Coast. You've got the WCC, which tends to be smaller private schools like USF, LMU. Then you've got the Western Athletic Conference. You have schools like San Jose State and Grand Canyon having great seasons so far. And you've got the Big West, which is mainly made up of UC schools and all high academic, high level schools that aren't part of the Power Four. And for those that are open to looking at other options, Division II, Division III have fantastic options to play. And I think this is just going to become more realistic for players moving forward because it's getting really difficult to compete at the Division I level with the transfer portal rules, with roster limitations, the influx of internationals. It's just getting really, really hard to compete at the Division I level. So it comes down to doing your research. On the West Coast, you got the CCAA. Many of the schools are state schools. Fantastic programs. You got Pac West, GNAC, Division III level, which is geared more towards high academic students that are doing well in school. A lot of these rosters have really good individual players, especially down south. You got the Claremont schools, Occidental, Redlands, to name a few. You've got the NWC up in the Northwest that also have high academic, high achieving soccer programs. And take a look. The current rankings right now, you got Division I, Division II, Division III. See what schools are in the top 25 for each division. See what type of roster makeups they have, and it's going to be a wide variety of different types of players. And it just comes down to doing your research in terms of you trying to figure out what's going to be a good fit for you and when it comes to college soccer recruiting. So it's important that you're doing your research. You are seeing what kind of playing style a particular school has, any school interests that you might have at those schools that match what you want. When it comes to your highlight video, making sure it's well put together, and the more you practice, the better you're going to get with creating highlight video. You want to track everything as much as possible just to see how you're progressing, how you're doing. I think it's really important that you're prepared in this way, or else you're going to lose track of what you're doing And then you're going to wonder why you're not getting recruited by schools. And just keep an open mind. Division One, Division Two, Division Three, there are opportunities out there for you. Especially on the boys' side, it's becoming more common to take a gap year so you can develop a little bit more. You can go internationally. You can take a domestic gap year. You can go to junior college. There's a lot of options for you out there. You just have to be open-minded. And at the end of the day, you have to also perform